Hey there, YouTube friends. Masked Bandit here. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today. I always do appreciate it. And welcome back to Conifer Slopes. Been a hot minute. I think it's been about 2 years since we have a Conifer Slopes video. But you know what? Just feeling inspired lately. So we're going to get back to work and pretend that it hasn't been 2 years. We're going to get back to work into this western area here. And the goal today is to try to get it a lot more shored up. And you know what? I know in the last episode I was really excited about where this is going, but we're just going to go ahead and we're just going to do that right away. And we're going to also do that, and that, and that, and that, and that, and that, and that. Because I decided to outsource this project. After much careful thought and consideration, I decided that I need somebody who knows better than I do about dark rides and how to make them realistic and space saving. So I brought in a good friend of mine named Fisherman, who I've known for a really long time, and he took a crack at building us a dark ride, and I want to show you what he came up with. So let's have a look. So that's a big change, huh? It is very large, but it is very good. And with this being here now, what is this? Well, it's the Legend of Tombstone. And it is an amazing dark ride. And I want to show it to you, but I want you to wait. I think at the end, we will go ahead and do ourselves a little POV. And I'll be in the position of the shooting, because the shooting gallery is really fun. How about we walk the queue here? So like I said, this is made by my buddy Fisherman. I've known him for quite a while. He was really big in RollerCoaster Tycoon 3. He loves dark rides, old classic dark rides, old classic amusement and theme parks. I've known him for a very, very, very long time, and he's just incredible. So as we enter, you can see first, The Legend of Tombstone. And the story goes, there was this little town of Tombstone. They sold their souls, and now the tomb is haunted. The town is haunted, and we are in to try and figure out what happened, I guess. Place to drop your stuff, exit only. And we have our entrance right here. It's incredible. We're going to do a quick walk through with these particle effects. Look at that, the silhouette. There are so many neat effects and screens in here. Look at the spider on the wall. And he just absolutely outdid himself, and it would be an absolute crime to not show this to you. So that he was a big reason why I knew I was eventually going to have to get off my... Look at that. I was going to have to get off my sorry rear end and get this finished. I do want to get this out to everyone. I do want everyone to have a chance to experience this for themselves. There will be a lengthy Theme Maker's Toolkit download with this file once it's ready to go, as well as some screens and videos and sound effects that you'll probably need to install so you can get this working. But just take a look at this. I mean, it's incredible. There's the exit over there. It's just dripping with absolute atmosphere. I love every second of it. Look, the control booth. Look at what he did. He made actual scenes. And you can see, I bet you if we went in here, we would find each and every one of these cameras. This man is insane with his level of detail. But this just gives you a little teaser for what's going to be coming at the end of the episode, so do stick around for that. I don't want to spoil it, but we load here, and we go that way. There they go. Adios. So cool. And we're going to come right back out, flip it to daytime. And just to show you a bit of the outside here, what's really cool is that you can't really see any of the backstage. I mean, it's pretty good. It makes it feel like we're in a canyon here, which is going to be what we do as far as naming. And back here, we've got the go away green. I mean, it's not his fault, but that this building is so massive. It's my fault for its placement, but I think with trees and stuff, we can make it okay. And then he went so far as to take this backstage area that, if you remember, long time ago, Jonty kept this backstage for us. If we go in here, I bet you we're going to see some stuff. Look at this. He's got a whole area here to work on the vehicles. Isn't this incredible? Number of days without a haunting. I love all the little details in here. Look at this. Junction B portal. This is incredible. And then if we look, where does it go to? Let's see. Junction A mine. What does it lead to? It leads to the ride. Oh, so cool. And where does this one lead to? The portal. Oh, that's near the end of the ride. Yeah, these are all near the end of the ride. This is fantastic. Just incredible. This is the stuff he does. This is the level of detail he puts in. You will see exit signs throughout the ride. You will see all kinds of cool stuff. So a huge shout out to Fisherman for doing this for me. He's had it done for quite a while, and now it's up to me to make the rest of it work. It kind of makes this area real narrow now to get something through. We're gonna have to figure it out. We're gonna rearrange, move, build, create. We're gonna get, it's not gonna, it's not gonna be finished. The area's not gonna be finished yet. But I think we're absolutely gonna have a much better idea of what's going on. So now with this in place by Fisherman, let's me start tinkering around and seeing what we can see, seeing what we can figure out, and what we can add to make this area just a little more special to go with this amazing new dark ride. So not a ton to show in this update, but we did shore up the theater here. Cut back I think I took out a bunch of the seating. It just was feeling way too big. Wanted to make it a bit more of an intimate setting. So I went ahead and I just put in these cute little planters with some sunny flowers and these beautiful, I love these marula trees. And took the rocks back a bit to really let this, the depot that we built on a live stream low those many years ago. It's still looking pretty good, but we're gonna let that sit here and shine. We'll have to figure out what we're gonna do with the ground covers, but also that provided me an opportunity to add a little bit of a backstage area here, which we will dress up once we get into the nitty and the gritty, and we'll put a door here to make this all make logical sense. Don't look behind there. We don't have backs on our buildings yet. That's fine though. Oh, shh. We've also moved stuff again. Hey, look, the saloon is gone. It is now over here. And I don't know if I like it there. To be completely frank with you, I don't know if this is its final resting spot. It's probably going to sit there, I think, for the entirety of this episode, but I do think we might be putting it maybe in the middle here. You'll also notice the gargantuanness that is the bumper cars. Great ride to have in the park, but the pad is just massive. So we're going to try to make this not look like hot garbage. We're going to start building this area out and cleaning all this up. And we're going to try to incorporate this bumper car into a Wild West. And we're going to go with a little bit of a steampunk kind of Wild West vibe. One of the things, I was talking to my buddy Redline about starting a new project after Brazos Square, and it was going to have a whole bunch of themes, and I'm into it, but he suggested why not work on Conifer Slopes, because, you know, it's been a hot minute, and rather than trying to start something brand new, why don't you go with something you already have? So we're going to take some of the ideas I might have been having in a new project and applying them lightly to Conifer Slopes. So this first idea here is going to be a bit of some steampunk Wild West stuff. So that's the idea. I think we're going to rotate the bumper cars as well to make them fit this area a little bit better. So that's where my brain is at the moment, and we'll see where it ends up in the next update. So good news, we have a path across the water and a new entry into something called Crimson Canyon. In the original Conifer Slopes, the area was called Fort A, a bad musical pun. So I just decided to call it, with all the red rocks, and especially with Fisherman's Dark Ride using all those red rocks, I decided to call it Crimson Canyon. Added this, you know, one of those fun in-game scenery pieces we're going to use there, and tried my best to mostly, and I think I'm going to work a little harder, mostly cover up that show building. See, I think with the foliage and all the other stuff to look at, I don't even know if you noticed it sitting there. And hopefully that's what we're going to be able to do throughout here. Oh, perfect timing. I hear the train coming across. Let's look at this view. Pretty cool. I'm kind of a fan. I kind of like it. And you'll see that brings us right into Crimson Canyon here, where we have some restrooms on the side. Just some really simple restrooms with some Western details. Very basic structure with water fountains and things like that. Just making it look kind of nice here. But here we have our area our entrance with the train that goes by, and we get this beautiful view of the coaster made by Redline, which we still don't have anything to put over here yet. Still thinking about that. That's not really the focus of today's episode. But you do get this beautiful view of the first drop of Hawk, the GCI. And we get forward here, you'll notice, oh no, nothing's done with the bumper cars, but that's not exactly accurate. We're going to curve around this way. We have ourselves a cute little churro and smoothie stand called Sweet Yums. Just using a couple TMTK items to spice it up a bit. But again, very simple, basic Western structures. Using a little bit of, I think it's a pirate, this sandstone. I like this as a trim. I think it's a nice little detail to add in some different materials so not everything is made of wood. And then that kind of butts up directly against the dark ride and hopefully helps it blend in a little bit better. These structures are all very small, I know, but this is supposed to be the dilapidated town of Tombstone. Maybe it was. That's what was here, and this new town has built up around it. I'm not so sure on the lore yet. I don't know. So just threw some benches out as a place to sit and congregate near the dark ride. Maybe if you're too scared. This ride would have to come with a warning. It is legitimately scary. You can grab yourself a churro and a smoothie, sit down, take a load off. But then we get to this area here, and I'm going to actually change the lighting, I think. There we go. We'll do a bit more of a daytime, early morning view. The horse is temporary. I wanted to make sure that the stables I built were big enough. So I started with a stable. I thought that would make sense in the Western area. You need a stable, a place to put your horsies. But then I thought, wouldn't it be fun if it could be like a steampunk retrofitted, like it used to be a stable. Now it's the place of the sputtering stables, the new steam buggies. And so we added all this crazy stuff here. And I googled quick brick Western buildings and found some inspiration and decided again to try to incorporate some different materials other than just wood of different colors. So we added this cute little like factory looking building, and then this was sort of the inspiration for what the queue line and this corner area is going to become. You can see we're starting to cover up this giant building, make it feel not so weird. But we have here our firebox with all the steam boiling and all that, and it would send all the energy, and this is supposed to be what's powering our cable cars. And I think it's pretty cute. I enjoy it. This is where the Sadie's Jams and Jellies and the Grocer and the Emporium are going to be. We're going to add probably some more buildings, or at the very least just some landscaping here, I think, at some point. And we also threw in this ride here, which I'd love to theme in a steampunky way or something else. What would you suggest we could theme this as, either Wild West or like the steampunk Western vibe? It'd be super cool that you'd like to see. Maybe we can find something to do with that, because I wanted another ride back here to draw people in. The coaster being so far away, we needed a couple more things to do, a couple more activities. But now you can see that this area is starting to come together. It's starting to feel a lot less spread out and a lot less disorganized. So we're going to see where we go with it from here. And we're going to continue working on this corner here, making sure that this whole area looks good. I think I'm going to bring you back in for one more update, and that will do it for this episode as we get these bumper cars all figured out and make them a part of this Wild West area. Alright, and I figured we would start where we started last time, but I went ahead and put on the reshade. And we're going to just take a look. There's a lot more to see than in the last episode. I've tied the whole area together. I've even tried to incorporate some speakers so that you get some music here. We are in the good old Tegid Cam. And you get this cute, the nice, easy Wild West music as you enter into Crimson Canyon. And that archer is still there. That's fine, whatever. We have our restroom. We have our train. We have our GCI in the background. I don't know. I'm pretty happy with this. You'll notice there's a lot more to look at here on this side. So rather than jump in right here, let's go ahead and quickly, there's the Sweet Yums. There's the dark ride, which we will take a ride on as soon as we are done. Here's a pigeon. And so let's take a look from here. You'll see now we have a proper exit for our bumper cars. We also have some spooky music playing. I thought it'd be fun to have like some I tried to find some steampunky music. The Wild West music doesn't seem to fit. I think the spooky music works better. There they are going in there. So now we have some additions. Sputter and Stables, new steam buggies, see Dr. Ollie. Kind of the vibe. I guess I was sort of inspired, not directly, but I guess sort of subliminally inspired by what they did at Fiesta, Texas, the Dr. Diabolical, and their steampunk area. I guess that's kind of what I was inspired by here. So as we come around, you'll see Steam Buggy Slam is the name of the bumper cars, and you could try one today. Dr. Ollie's Pharmaceuticals and Oddities. So maybe there's this wacky doctor in town who not only is like a medical doctor, but loves to experiment with things. And I love this idea of this old Steamworks building being condemned and all this like steampunk junk. And it's sort of like his wild test lab. And so that's what these are. And it's his first successful attempt. I don't know, that's kind of what I was thinking. And so you come into the queue for Steam Buggy Slam. And yeah, we've got a TMTK Nathan here just to make sure that when you walk the queue and you walk underneath this building here, the porch, it's not going to hit you. And you come through, and nothing fancy here once you get inside. I didn't really want to do too much, but you can walk in, and our bumper cars are here. I threw in this cool ceiling, this cool steampunky ceiling, and just kind of boxed everything in, made it... We're going to go with the good enough, because I think from the outside is what really matters. So, and you can exit through here. And this took longer than you would think to make sure that it's all covered. You'll notice you don't see any of the old building, and that's exactly what I was going for here. Pretty pleased with how this all turned out. I think it fits the vibe. I think it's adequately themed. And yeah, I really enjoy it. That was my big contribution to this episode. We put a fence around so people can't burn themselves. That's probably not real fire anyway, but you know, better safe than sorry. So there goes the train. Yeah, I'm loving the way this whole area is turning out. We're going to continue in the next episode and flesh all this out and finish this ride. Again, need ideas for how to theme that. Give me a little story that we can tell on that side of the park. Maybe it has something to do with the bandits in the area. Maybe not. You tell me. And then the last thing we have to do in this episode... You'll notice the pathing is an absolute disaster. The last thing we have to do in this episode is the Legend of Tombstone Dark Ride. So at this point, I'm going to say goodbye, and we're going to jump into a POV of the Legend of Tombstone. So this is the last you're going to hear from me. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please hit the like button and subscribe if you're just rejoining me. I'm going to be trying to play some Planet Coaster. You know, I make promises I can't keep on this channel. I'm going to be trying to play some Planet Coaster and get updates out to you over the course of the summer here. I know there's a lot of fun rumors swirling. Hopefully we'll get some news on some new type of game. I'm hopeful that might happen. I haven't heard anything. I was really excited there in June, but nothing happened. So the hopium is real, though. There's lots of people talking, so stay tuned to this channel in case anything fun were to ever drop, or just for more Planet Coaster stuff, because Planet Coaster is still pretty cool. So with all that being said, have yourself a great day, great night, great whatever, and I will see all of you for the next episode of Conifer Slopes. Take care, everyone, and I'll talk to you later. Let's go ride that dark ride. See you, everyone. Bye-bye.